All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So I do have a bit of a backlog on viewer request videos, which actually is a very, very cool thing in my head. So please do not hesitate to throw me your viewer requests. I do my very, very best to get them up as soon as I can, all right? This is definitely a little more zoomed out than I normally do, and you know I'll focus on the immediates, but oh my goodness. I got a wife. She makes me watch Friends with her. I will for sure drop a Janice right there. Like that is a sexy, sexy, sexy gap fill right there. All right. I've joked every now and then that I'm a married man and there's only so much sexy I'm allowed. And this is it, right? Like, I can't look at women, she'll cut them off, right? But this, for sure, I get very excited about, right? And it's starting, right? We're actually about only a quarter of there's so much left, right? But there are still things to factor, and I think some of it might be this RSI. So we'll get into the details shortly, but real quick, what are we going to do today? Same thing we always do, right? We're going to take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how things are setting up short term. We do have our 5 moving averages. I have never covered this stock before, so I will draw some horizontal support and resistance lines. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like, subscribe, share this video, comment on it. Anything you can do really, really does help with the YouTube algorithms. But I swear, just being here and giving me your time is beyond, beyond appreciated, okay? And look, I'm not perfect. I'm not all-knowing. If you've got better opinions or thoughts, I would love to hear them, okay? I'm not here to hate on them or anything like that. And yeah, if you're right, I will say thank you for correcting me. So look, let's get into it. And actually, before I zoom in, I actually want to keep zooming out, right? Because again, I don't know what this stock is or does. Oh man, it's actually a fairly new stock. And let's be honest, this thing really only knows how to trade under these moving averages. It looks like there was a decent little moment right there. I mean, look, this alone is just, I'm afraid, and I'll be honest, I don't feel bad using that word. I'm afraid of trading healthcare, therapeutic, biotech. Like when I see these words, I really do get scared of trading them because look, one thumbs up or thumbs down from the FDA or whatever government agency, dude, these lines don't matter. You know what I mean? And I have look at the day before. That's a sexy candle right there. That's a pretty much full candle. Couldn't quite get to the, oh shit, you're lying. You break that? Hold on. This day closes at 870. This day right here, damn, it closes 7 cents higher above all the moving averages. I mean, this right here just screams, I want to go up, 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 right? Like, oh my goodness, this thing was like ready to recover. Jesus. And again, I'm imagining someone gave him a thumbs down and said, yeah, whatever therapeutic you're doing, and it just killed. Like, that's so sad, especially how good a setup it was the day before the death, right? Like, there's no other way to say it. That said, look, you know I don't care about any of that, right? Like, I don't care what happened here. I care about these 5 lines, and man, look at what's happening, okay? There is some really, really nice breakings. And look, it's obviously gonna like be, it's, I'm looking back, right? But you can see what happens on that. Oh, wow, it actually literally just happened. Look, this is where I would draw the line, right? It's, oh, interesting. That was actually a little higher. I assumed it was that. What are you at? I do want to draw that. Cool. Again, not quite perfect, but not bad. Okay, so what I saw was this being one of the bigger candles, especially early on. Actually, just in retrospect, these two actually seem about the same, so it kind of makes sense, actually. And I don't mind keeping both lines, but really, breaking these two on top of being over all the moving averages really did the monster work. And it seems like it was more the 39 than the 36. So I'm going to go ahead and just delete the 36 as we look here. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful writing up on the 8 moving average. This is a pretty high R. And one more time, what are we looking at? This is a shady stock. When you come into the minute and you see dashes like this, that's not good. Like, look at this there was volume 0 right here. There was volume 1,800. 1,000 shares on a 60-cent thing is not that much. All right. So just this is a shady stock. And look, I'm not here telling you don't buy this because it's shady. If you make money on this, and someone's already made some sexy money from 39 to 69, right? And again, we're kind of talking about, are we going to actually just keep going and go all the way to like 2 something, right? So, I'm not here necessarily calling it shady for you to look away. I'm just making sure you know what you have. If you're playing with fire, don't think it's ice. It's kind of what the story is, all right? So what's happening immediately? Again, we get a pretty nice run, a little bit of a scary drop, but man, these moving averages, this is why we keep them, right? This does the job and it very much catches it, and we do break the biggest candle to the left. This is actually pretty bearish, right? Bullish, excuse me. Pretty bullish right now. I really wish the RSI was just a little bit lower. 77 is really close to 80, and 80 is where I start ringing the bell that says, hey, I think, it's a little overbought, right? That said, volume's been pretty consistent. I'm actually going to ignore this day. We've been pretty much staying a little bit over the line, right? Like these green ones right here, they're all relatively consistent, and I actually like that, right? And again, just as we sit today at this, let me just draw it. I think it's going to be the easiest way to do it. As we sit here today, it's 68, 69, doesn't matter. We're over that candle, and there are absolutely no resistances anywhere until, what are you at? What's your number? 203 is this number. What number are you? What's your low? 192. I don't make them on the reds, right? So I actually am like, that's the line. This theoretically wants to go from 69 to 2, all right? If the RSI was just a little lower, oh my God, right? For me, I'm just definitely going to just see how this opens. But yeah, I want to know 71 cents. I'll be real honest with you. I don't like zeros and fives. I've said that on a number of videos. So yeah, break 70, I'll jump in at 71. If this thing's going to 2, for sure I'll wait for that, right? I'm not trying to get greedy here. I'm going to delete this line because, again, I care less about this arbitrary horizontal and more where this moving computer like this line right now is at 202, right? Tomorrow it's going to be a different number, right? So wherever this goes as we go up, this is pretty much the resistance I care about. And again, if this breaks, the next real one is basically here, right? Do not have $3 dreams. Don't even have $2 dreams on a 69-cent stock, right? Let's break 70. Then we'll kind of start hoping for $1. Then as we break the dollar, we'll kind of see what happens from there, right? But don't underestimate this high RSI. This thing kind of might need to cool down a little bit still, all right? So just watch it. Where are we on the weekly? Man, this is a good weekly. Maybe it's worth trying a lot. Yeah, I think $1, right? That's actually what I said roughly. This is basically 50% candle. I'm going to draw a 50% candle line. Is that too high? I'm like literally, I think that's just a little too high. Let me lower it just a little bit. Again, we're not looking for perfect. We're looking for good enough. I think that's good enough right there. I think that's worth having as a line in this middle that otherwise would very easily get missed. I have more weight here, but yeah, 110 seems interesting. So yeah, I definitely spent more time on this one than I expected, but this is an interesting chart to say the least. And again, the bounce on the 8 is actually crazy bullish. It means the moving averages are our friends, right? Like that's good. Because if we didn't bounce there, this was going to be a negative a whole lot. I'll tell you that. So big day for sure. I'm going to look at BTBT. I'll be honest with you. I want to do a more thorough crypto video. So I'll do this quick, but I'm going to do something more with crypto, it sounds like. Okay, look. This, I know it doesn't seem like it, right? But at this time, I don't know if we've started to zoom in and out so much. We still need a little bit more to believe that we're in this channel. Okay, maybe it would have been better to draw the line right there on the top of those. And yeah, you can actually see that's pretty much where we're kind of battling with. So Yeah, I think I am. I'm gonna lift this line again. Look, technical analysis. We're here to adjust, right? I think breaking this $2 is gonna matter more, and that pretty much puts us on the plateau for up, up, up right there, right? Today was an interesting day, though. Okay, we don't see too many of these, but this is a red outlined. Okay, obviously this was a bad day. This says it was a negative day. Blah blah blah. This is actually a good bad day because we open at 195 and close at 205. More people actually made money today if they like, yeah, if you held last night, obviously you lost some money. But if you day traded this, you made some money. You actually made some pretty good money, right? Obviously 20 cents is going to be 10%. I can't do the math that quick. It's about 10 cents we went up. So yeah, I mean that was someone made 5% today, despite most people losing 3, right? So this again, outlined red is a good bad day. In some ways, sometimes I prefer a red outline to a filled in green. I know that sounds silly, but yeah, there are times when this actually is a little better than that. Nonetheless, it was for sure a red day. It's for sure a red candle. But yeah, again, one more time, let me just show the box right there. Open 195, the green number on top where we closed 205 is definitely some cents higher, and that's a good thing, right? So just something to note on there. Look, this is not a great RSI, and it's also a little bit on the high side, but you can see we've actually been pretty flat here. So ideally, nothing crazy happens, but again, I think we're in a place where it's we're talking about more than doubling in this channel, right? Maybe I could put a line right here at like 175, but again, you're adding almost 50% between the two lines, right? So this line is not going to be easy to break, okay? So I think that's really what's happening here. But again, I'll do a more thorough crypto review because I actually want to look at a few others. I have not looked at the cryptos in a quick bit. So hey, I appreciate your time. It was really more about one stock than the second one here, but more videos are coming for sure, for sure.